Welcome to Baddie to Baddie, a monthly podcast by For the Breast of Us, the first breast cancer community for all women of color, where we share real-life experiences, information, and education to help you live your best life after a breast cancer diagnosis. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Loving Cancer by For the Breast of Us, where we discuss the relationship between a breast cancer survivor and their friends. My name is Marissa. I am the co-founder and CEO of For the Breast of Us. And here I am today with Jonell and friends, her girl tribe. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are y'all doing?
Hello. Hi.
How are y'all doing?
Oh, we're excellent. At least
We're good.
Blessed.
I can tell already y'all are about to be a fun group. So I am excited for this conversation. So Jonell, why don't you tell our audience and our listeners a little bit about your breast cancer diagnosis?
Of course. Well, my name is Jonell. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. In December of 2020, I was diagnosed with triple negative invasive ductal carcinoma. From that, I went into 16 rounds of chemotherapy, 17 rounds of immunotherapy. I had a double mastectomy with immediate reconstruction. And now I am currently cancer-free and in my survivorship portion of this journey. So here I am, I would say maybe 2 or 3 years since my diagnosis.
Okay, nice. And are you on any treatment right now?
Currently not on any treatment. So immunotherapy was the last set. So basically I'm just more so in my follow-up and just checkup stages now.
Okay, cool. Well, let's get started. I want to know a little bit about yourself and your friends. It's going to be, lighthearted and fun. We'll touch a little bit about your diagnosis and, how that's affected everybody, but let's go ahead and dive right in. So tell me, how did all of you guys meet?
Okay, so I am happy to say that everyone on this call, I'm known for having long-lasting friendships. So everyone on this call are just those that are near and dear to me. Some that I've attended middle school with, some that I've shared a in-law sisterly situation with, if we're being transparent. That would be Yamale. At one course in time, Yamale and I were supposed to be sister-in-laws, but the Lord worked in other ways, and so now we're just sisters. Buffy, she and I worked together for several years, and the rest, Marissa, Ashley, Coco, we all attended middle and high school together. So long-lasting friendships.
Okay. And so all of you guys have just all come together and become friends together.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, Jonell and I went to summer school together, but she forgot about that. She always just forgot.
She leaves out that little detail.
Because she can't remember.
It was in the 4th grade.
It doesn't matter. It still counts.
Okay, and then so the sister-in-law thing, let's touch on that a little bit. Like, how were you supposed to sister-in-laws? Like,
that's easy. Yamale, do you want to take this?
So there was a hurricane coming, and I was dating a guy that is now my husband, and Jonell was dating his brother, and the hurricane was coming to New Orleans, and we had to go. So we left, and I found her in Atlanta, and it was just me and her, and it was 2 men, and we were in a hotel, and the rest is history. My beautiful niece, my lovely, beautiful niece is her daughter, and
yes, and then all of her children are my sons, basically. So
it's Cole's T now.
I'm sorry, her youngest son is technically like mine, but I have to claim them all.
Yes, she did.
Yeah. I thought Yamale, you were dating her brother, and then some. That I'm just saying that's what I took.
Brother. I'm Jonell's only true sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it didn't matter. I think we met through them, but I think we were kind of like destined to be each other's
together.
New Orleans, alone, completely alone, didn't know anybody. I moved here for law school, and I needed Jonell and everything that she came with, and I mean, everybody. So I kind of just jumped into her family and stayed there. And so here I am.
And she's still here.
And I'm still here.
She's not going anywhere.
No.
Not at all. We love our Yami.
They love me.
Okay, so who is the quiet friend? Who's the funny friend? And who's the mama bear? Mama bear group.
I'm the quiet friend.
That's not true either. There's no quiet friend. No.
There's no
Ashley. Huh? Ashley is the mama bear.
I'm the quiet friend.
Oh,
I can see that. See that.
Buffy's the wild one.
Oh, see, I didn't even put wild in there, but she just called you on out. So
yeah, Buffy is the wild. No,
but what is Marissa?
Wait, why do I have fire strikes on my back? You could have.
Because Coco is a tornado.
Yeah,
Marissa is the sneaky one. Coco is the wild one.
Yes.
Along with Buffy. Jonell likes to pretend that she's innocent, but she's not.
There's a halo over my head.
And Yamile is the resourceful one. She has all the information that we need.
I do. I am the oldest sister of them all in here. So I'm the sister that everybody comes to for much of
information and how to.
So if there's some dirt that need to go down, be coming to you. Like, how does it happen? How are we gonna take care of it?
Yeah, she handles the legal. She handles all of the legal pieces of that.
Mm-hmm. I go to jail,
all of that.
And then if you need a private investigator, that would be Jonell.
Yes.
FBI.
I could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to have that friend that you just be like, can you look up this information for me real quick?
Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes.
Well, 5 minutes, a name and a nickname.
What does Jonell say? Hold, please.
Like, okay. Stand by. Stand by.
Be right back.
Mm-hmm. She's like, all right.
So how did you guys feel when you heard that Jonell was diagnosed with breast cancer?
I
think when she told me, I was shocked, but at the same time, I was confident that she was going to be okay. Because I was like, okay, we got this. You fighting, we all fighting together, so you're going to be all right. Mm-hmm. And she was all right.
Yeah. Kind of funny story. She and I had the same week because I was and she was having issues. And she said, okay, we're going to go in this and we're going to come out okay. I said, yeah, we're going to come out okay. And that's the last thing that was said before both of our mammograms. She went in on like one day and I went the following day, or maybe even that morning and evening. And so we had kind of been talking about life, happening in that way, but it just wasn't really realistic until she got results that I did. Mm. And it got really fast.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was difficult because so I looked at her. That's my baby sister. That's my little sister, and we were kind of fresh off the heels of like tuka and. I'm sorry. Do I need to define tuka?
Yes.
Tuka. Adele. God rest her soul. Love her to the moon and back. But for me, I was fresh off of that. And no, I'm not. So it was I was trying to remain just stoic for her. But for me, it was just like, this can't be happening. This is not what it's gonna, and I needed a minute away so that I didn't show her what I was feeling, and then I had to come back to that because I was not ready for the message she gave me. Mm-hmm. So I'll be honest, that's just complete honest transparency. I was not this. Oh yeah, we got no. I was definitely not. I was worried and broken and really needed to reach out and get on my knees because I was worried.
Yeah. It definitely was a thing. I muted. She texted me first, and I said, "You can't just drop that on me and not talk about it. You can't. You know how I am. You can't give me a and then it doesn't work for me." So I talked to her on the phone the entire time, that I was on the phone, I had to mute myself every couple of minutes because I was like screaming at the top of my lungs. And then I come back, what's wrong? I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's going. You're right. Yeah, we're gonna fight this, and that's all we're gonna do. Put it on mute, and then I'll be bawling. And I'm trying to like wipe the tears. I sniff over the phone, but I was a mess for probably about 3 or 4 days. Because in the same respect, we had just lost our mom, and then my aunt died of breast cancer shortly before that. It was just like, so this. It didn't seem like it was something that we didn't have a choice but to, because she was without flinching.
I feel kind of bad. Was that underwhelming? When she called me, I was sleeping. I was like, all right, you fighting, we fighting. That's it. I call you when I wake up. I feel so bad.
So when Jonell told me, I came in as just like the little sister who she met through work. And so we were, we had our work relationship, but we had a relationship outside of work. Got to know Peyton, and I slowly got to know all the beautiful ladies on this call with us. And I hadn't told Jonell a lot about like my father's side of the family. Like all of my aunts have had breast cancer. So it was like, now I truly will understand like what it means to go through and fight back breast cancer. And then she had told me stories about her mom. Everybody shared stories about her mom. And I was just like, we already been like, fighting through some relationship things. She and I were going through that around the same time. So we found our way to bond. And it was just like, all right, we've been making it through this. I don't know what you're going to need. If you're going to want to cry, if you're going to want whatever you need, like I'm here. I'm that friend. I'm that little sister. That's all I know how to do is just be here.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of went off of whatever she needed. We had our own little groups, and we were like, all right, y'all, what is the first thing we do? And it's like Jonell already had a plan for everything.
Yeah. So I know a couple of you had touched on saying that you've had family members that had breast cancer. But before Jonell was diagnosed, did you know as much as you knew about breast cancer then than what you know now?
No, I didn't really know. I knew breast cancer. I knew it was a tumor. I knew just the basics. I didn't know the different types of breast cancer and stuff like that until she was actually diagnosed, and they broke it down to her, and then she broke it down to me. And I was just kind of like, well, good googly moogly, this is a lot.
Oh, I dived in head first. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like my grandmother passed from breast cancer, and I was just knew that it's a cancer in your breast, and that's that. Mm-hmm. But when Jonell was diagnosed, like she couldn't go with it anywhere without me if she tried. Like it just wasn't. I mean, down to like that first appointment where you go and you get some information and let's talk about. I'll be there. What time am I picking you up? And I think it was like a discrepancy as to who was gonna bring her, and it was a little bit of a sit down, Ashley. And I was like, I need you to sit all the way down. I'm bringing my sister to this because I need to know every piece of. I need to know everything. And
when she's right about that. Yamale was arguing with everybody, like, no, you're not taking her. I'm taking her.
Me and Yamale we would argue constantly.
Jonell, who won the argument?
Majority of the time it was you.
Majority of the time, Yamale did win. She would win the argument. I think if not, I would just be kidnapped. Because that was a thing.
The only reason why I won some of the arguments is because she had kids and she had other things to do, and I was just like,
I forfeited. You understand?
Okay, well, Miss Marissa, so y'all know who I'm talking to. I feel like the way that she told everyone else was better than she told me. Our children are a part of a music organization here in New Orleans. And she told me outside the gate, while we were waiting for the kids to come out of practice, they were already outside. It's like 140 kids running around that we're real familiar with. And she said, I'm about to tell you something. She said, and you cannot react. And I'm like, it's me. What you mean I can't react? And she told me, I already knew she was going to the doctor, and she told me that, the results came back, and I walked off. Like I walked down the street to the corner, and I was just standing there, and I'm like, how could she possibly tell me this while I'm around all these kids and expect me not to react. And I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I'm a little light bright. So when things happen to me, whether I'm excited or whether I'm sad, my face gets red. So I walked back. I know my face was red, but I was just like holding back the tears because, like Yamile, I also lost my grandmother to breast cancer, and I mean, she had a bunch of complications, and I felt like everyone else, like I dove more into it, with Jonell, with her being like, my like one of my close friends, my sister from high school, somebody that I've been knowing since I was 11. But it was just like, seeing it through a different lens, like your grandmother, you're like, okay, go and see her and stuff like that. But like, this is my friend, like this is somebody that's the same age as me. This is somebody that's supposed to be moving and grooving when I move and groove, and that's not the case. When she's down, all right, I need to be there with her and support her and stuff. And Yamile yelled at me one time too when I brought Jonell to get Peter poured out, but we're not gonna talk about that. She kept FaceTiming me. It's cool though. I respected that because I respect their relationship. That's the thing. It's like, we're a big puzzle, but everybody fits. We all work together. We have our little, we bump heads more, Ashley and Yamile, than me, because I have 3 kids, but sometimes it feels like 27. But like I said, we all work together for each other. It started off like, all right, everybody coming together for Jonell, but now we a village. We can't move without the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now, Jonell being diagnosed at such of a young age, has that increased all of yours awareness with your own body and making sure that tapped in and, getting your physicals, self exams, things of that nature?
I touch on my boobs constantly.
Yeah, it's a problem, and I do it in public. I will call friends and family alike and be like, bruh, wait, is this supposed to look like this? Can I do like?
I ain't gonna, I'm always like,
with our bodies. Even the 3 of us went to all girls school, so we're kind of used to all the time just because they're ours, touch them, they belong to us. But I think that it got to be something that we were all very, very cognizant of. I know I went and got the BRCA1 testing after that. I'm talking to everybody who I can. Hey, make sure you're never too young, you're never too this, you're never too that. And although I knew some stuff, I felt like more of an advocate because I had someone, and your relatives are close to you, but when it's like your sister or your friend or somebody on a daily basis, it makes it concrete. So I was talking to somebody who was this. Yeah, you need to do this. You need to do this. If they have a breast screen, they have that. I found myself advocating for younger women in those moments because it just felt so much more real.
I'll be honest, mine was opposite. So I turned 40, go get your breast exam, go get a mammogram. First time, Jonell, I'm really scared. They're going to squish my breast. It's going to hurt. All of those things. And I went. And when I got results back that said they needed to do a more detailed mammogram, I guess, I got scared. And I was like, I'm not going back because they're going to tell me something I don't want to know. And I can't live with that. And I'm not ready. And I don't want to do that. And that's probably the worst thing I should have done. That's honestly what I ran from it. I got scared. I was afraid. Like, if this can happen to me, I'm not immune. I'm not safe. I did no magic shot when I was born. Like,
right.
My results can be adverse. My results can be not what I want them to be. And so that it created some type of fear in me, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And doesn't necessarily mean that that's, the worst thing that you could do, because like you said, that's just fear, right? And fear is, it's something that's normal, but it's just up to, your tribe and people who are around you who can, help carry you through.
I'm going to follow
But did you go back though?
That's what I'm about to say. I'm going to follow that up with Jonell. So get your ass back over there and go take that damn.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Look,
I got your coming back with that
too. I got your email. I will email you like boop boop, like boop boop boop. You ain't got your test yet. Thank you. You're gonna be on everybody else and yelling at everybody else for Jonell places that you ain't even going to get your own test.
I mean, I didn't say I was perfect. I just said I'm here. I'm perfect. Where? Okay.
Okay, so my next question to that is what were some of the most difficult moments you faced while supporting Jonell through her cancer diagnosis?
For me, I'll start us off. For me, it was trying to find a way to be there. Jonell is very headstrong. She's good about telling you what she definitely knows she needs, but it was like the little things that I think through the connection we all built together that we realized, like, okay, we just gonna have to start doing it. So I was like, okay, I go to the store and I get these certain things. I know she's been doing research about these things. Let me just purchase it and I'm gonna just show up and I'm gonna just put it on the porch. And it was like those moments like that where I'm like, okay, now I feel like I'm being helpful. So it's like those little moments in between where it's like, well, she doesn't really need anything. Let me try to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. I got groceries delivered. She had kids over entertaining her. I came over, I cooked breakfast for them, like made them clean up the house the whole 9 yards because I knew she needed to rest. And Jonell is a live wire in the sense that she feels like she has to do everything for everybody. So even in her time of need, she didn't stop. She just kept it going, even in weak moments. So I was like, look, hey, we're not gonna do this. Hey girls, get up, let's sweep the floor, let's clean the kitchen, let's do these things. That's one less thing that Jonell has to worry about. Mm-hmm. And I know for me, I struggled with how to be there too, because I didn't want to spill my emotions on her in the midst of what she was going through. So even though I was hurting, essentially like figuring out how I'm supposed to do this, I was like, wait, what can I do? How can I be there? What ways can I can't always be at every visit. I can't always be at every doctor's appointment. I can't always sit for the chemo, but I can do my part in the small ways, like Buffy said. If it means, like I said, getting soup delivered because you didn't feel like eating food that day, or and making sure that I was there to answer, keeping you on. Like, she was the person who could get through all of my do not disturbs on my phone. Not even my mama can do that, but Jonell could do that because if she needed me, I needed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Getting her to eat vegetables. That was the hardest thing for me to do. I had to soak broccoli in butter.
Oh.
And not just regular butter, like rosemary garlic butter, to get her to eat it. Do you know how hard it is to get that girl to eat a vegetable? She'll eat corn. Oh, okay. She'll take corn, but see anything green? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wait, I'm much better now, though. I'm much better now.
You are.
Stop on that line.
No, I am. I eat greens on my own now.
Oh my God.
She's better because she juices it.
Yeah. As long as it gets in.
Yeah.
I could only give her cabbage and corn. Of course, I have no problem with cooking for anybody. And I know what she likes. So cooking the cabbage, that was easy. Doing anything with corn, that was easy. I was able to smother some chicken with some curry in the corn, and she was okay with that. But Lord, the broccoli, Jesus, the broccoli was a problem.
I tried to give the girl fried cauliflower nuggets.
Mm-mm.
I bit back. It was good.
It's like you practically you damn near have to fight Jonell to eat a vegetable.
Remember when I tried to get her to eat that avocado?
It's like bare knuckle fighting. I'm so serious.
It's okay, Jonell. I'm in the same boat with you. It's all right.
And then she makes this
the face. It's the faces that she makes. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, I'm not eating this. And I'm like, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
And while they were doing all the grocery shopping and the ripping and running and stuff, I was being a mom. But my job, I was homie the clown. I was the clown. I would call her and just like tell her anything. Stuff that was going on, like where our kids had practice at, because there's always like some drama and stuff like that. And then just talk about anything just to make her laugh. I come over there. Oh man, I do this dance where like it's like a flex dance, and I get stuck and they laugh. I like slide across the floor, scrape my knee, but it brought everybody joy. So
right,
my skin grows back. It's okay.
It may have brought her a few bruises, but it did bring us joy.
I think part of the biggest difficulties that I faced with being there and really just navigating Jonell's treatment. What I was about to say, Lord, was trying to keep my children away from Tinel. And so this was also on top of the fact that we are fighting this big old beast called cancer. We are also fighting COVID. So there's that. And so anybody knows that my children and Tinel, she might as well have birthed them herself. Right. So when I'm telling children, y'all can't get my Tinel, it's bad enough I'm getting it from them, but I'm telling Tinel, the children can't come to you. And she's like, but wait, what do you mean? Just bring me my boys. You need to rest, ma'am. You can't have them. No. And keeping Cole away from Tinel and Nazir from Tinel, like that was incredibly difficult. And it was gut-wrenching because I know the joy that my boys bring her. I know the joy that she brings, but at the time, it started, going places and seeing people and still being safe, wearing masks and things like that. But in my soul, I was like, they could never be the reason why in her most compromised immune system, she catches COVID or something like that. I would not have it. Right. And so it's really hard to keep her away because she's so Tinel. She's not just Jonell. She's Tinel. It's part of her identity. And so not being able to let them have that was really, really difficult for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just 7 days where she couldn't get up or she couldn't do, we would literally rally around and just be like, okay, well, we're going today. And we would sit there on the sofa, on the opposite sofa, to give her space to heal, and but we just needed to be there. We would, Ashley would cook or somebody would cook, all rally there. We'd watch movies and Jonell act out like full sleep. Okay. But we just need in the room to make sure that she was okay for us and for her.
Yeah.
She fell asleep with a piece of corn in the hand. That's how serious
that picture.
Outside on the porch with corn
in the hand.
I mean,
of me saying, "Oh, girl, she go. Oh, she's been gone. I don't know where she went."
Well, okay. In my defense, I thought it was going to be a great idea to get all of my girls over the first day after I started the Red Devil chemotherapy treatment. Of course, we have the little window of time where, we can still kind of feel a little bit normal before we go all the way down. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, this will be good. The girls can come over. We'll get some food, some crawfish, things like that. Just have a good time. And I stayed awake long enough for the girls to come over. And I have no idea what happened after that.
It was that liquid Benadryl that hit.
Listen, I was done. Like literally passed out outside on the porch with a corn on the cob in my hand. And I cannot tell you what happened after that.
I swear I will never forget that. And I could get dementia and I will still remember that.
Because you were talking down to Jonell. You were like, Jonell. I said, babe, she gone. Look, shh. She was literally
and she looked like she was sleeping good too. That's the thing. It was some good sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was some good sleep. Okay, well, let's lighten it up for a little bit. Let me ask you guys a couple of questions so I can get to know you guys like down in the nitty gritty here. So if you're going on a girls trip and say you're going to Turks and Caicos, all you guys are going. So who's going to be the planner? Who's going to be the one that's just sitting on the beach, not doing anything? Who's going to be the party animal? You're going to get on everybody's nerves. Tell me.
Jonell is the planner. Either Jonell or Yamali, they're the planner.
Party! Jonell the planner. You talking like this? Jonell already planned the trip. Yeah. In her mind, just when we just said it, she already had everybody's reservations going. I promise you.
I'm the planner, and I'm the one that's taking naps in between every excursion.
I can admit I might come up missing.
Because she's going to find some native people to be around because she wants the real experience. And then
I want the real experience too. I don't want to be on the resort the whole time.
We will be Coco is the party animal. We might have to go find her.
That's true. But I'm not going to be out and about because I need to see my liqueur coming out of the bottle.
Listen,
just reach me a coconut. I need to see you make the coconut.
I'm going to be on the beach. Me and Buffy on the beach.
I feel like I'll be in between you and Coco. I'm gonna be partying. I'm gonna be like, Jonell, you can use me if you need some help, but
indeed.
really.
Buffy gonna be twerking on the beach.
Yeah, Buffy will definitely be twerking on the beach.
And I'm gonna be bucking off with my cup. Hey, Buffy!
That's all right.
You know, then at that point, I'll just pop up and be like, "Oh, I'm still alive, by the way." Yeah, and that's just it.
Mama, that's
Now,
you.
where's Yamale and Marissa during all of this? Yamale is on the beach. Where's Marissa?
Marissa is sitting on the beach chair watching Buffy and I drinking.
More than likely, Marissa's going to end up missing
Read
with
the
you.
book because I came to rest my nerves, and that's none of y'all.
That's not lying. You
But if that ass up comes on, Marissa will get up.
There is no books involved. Marissa's not telling the truth. The only book that's involved is like the excursion guide.
Lies. I will read the book.
It's the itinerary that I've created for them. That's the only book that's involved.
I don't know why you doing all that lying. Stop that lying on
Where we going to? Y'all, Buffy, you ain't
This
done.
book,
Come on, y'all, let's go. We got more stuff to do.
Indeed.
I don't keep up with the rules either.
Janelle's the
Yeah, Yamale's gonna be like, all right, Buffy, let's go, Coco. That's enough twerking. We have to be somewhere in 5 minutes. Let's go.
and the somewhere is the restaurant. Janelle is telling us where we're eating.
And I'll probably be at the buffet, just making sure that
Already
everything
waiting
is
for
okay.
us.
Yeah. And who out of everybody is going to be the person that's always late?
Jonell.
And Marissa. Marissa will be late with me.
Yeah,
Marissa
definitely
late with
Marissa. Janelle and Marissa.
Yeah.
I'll probably be on time.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll probably
you were
pick up
late
at
today,
that point.
Jonell.
Yeah.
My dog was running around like crazy.
We didn't say you didn't have a reason. We just said
But
you
you-
were late.
She thought that this was her show.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be 10 minutes late. That's
When it comes to food, I'm gonna be on time.
So that's
Y'all missed the flight.
Yep. PSA pre-check like, yeah, we good.
Yeah. So wait a minute. So does everybody have TSA pre-check?
I do.
Nope.
I don't know why.
No.
I have my passport now.
Okay. But so they're traveling all together, and your friend, you have friends that TSA pre-check. Are you going in the regular line with them? Or you?
Nope. I'll see you.
I'll see you at the bar at the gate.
I'll see you.
You gonna have the shot ready?
If we have a planned date of when we run, I'm gonna put that at TSA pre-check before that. You know, I may not have it right now, but I'm gonna have it when it comes time to go to Turks and Caicos.
Listen, I'm so against standing in a line. Okay, that is the bane of my existence. I have TSA pre-check, global entry, and I have clear. I'm not standing
clear. I got clear because I'm not with it. I'm not with it.
Coco will be in line, drunk, talking to everybody in the line.
Coco to be in the line together.
Goals are fast.
And all of that is a moot point because Jonell, Miss Plan Ahead, would make sure everybody has TSA pre-check. Period.
Exactly. So we all going through together. We leaving together. Arriving together.
Nobody left behind.
Listen, I'm telling y'all now. You know, I'll be on the other side telling my, hey y'all, all right, let me know.
Yeah.
But somebody got to go to the gate and make sure the plane don't leave us. So I'm here for that.
Okay, I can do that part. And create a whole ruckus. Be like, no, we not leaving.
Don't do that. No,
you gonna get us banned.
Well, Yamale, you can get me on.
We're waiting for our friend, and then it's gonna be no. We don't know her. No, we don't know
Look, she's been escorted off the premises. Oh, all right. Well, somebody call her mama.
We gonna see you when we get
So
there.
y'all just gonna leave me?
Absolutely.
After I fought to wait for y'all?
Absolutely.
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Y'all not getting another oxtail from me.
That's fine. You taught me how to make them. You messed up.
That's all right. They don't taste as good as mine. You ain't getting another oxtail or a piece of cabbage.
So it's summer season. Concerts are coming up. Which one do you choose? Beyonce, Usher.
Beyonce.
Usher.
I'm
with Usher.
So
I'm going to Usher.
Beehive.
I have been a victim of the 7 o'clock in the drop top cruising the streets. I don't want it no more.
I don't want to break my soul, and I don't want coffee.
I want comfort. I want comfort. I don't want to be no more victim of a 7 o'clock in the drop top.
I think we got to do both.
I'm a stand.
Yeah.
I can't miss.
You can't do both. You got to pick one.
I'm Usher.
Listen, I have a
You know
Beyonce.
how we live? Do you
It's
understand
no
who
joke.
you're talking? You see this group?
I understand who I'm talking to, but I'm just
Okay, so look, this what we gonna do. This what we gonna do.
Hey, no, Miss Plan a lot gonna make sure we get both.
I've never missed like a Beyonce show in my adult years, so I got to go with what I know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, look,
Going to
though.
the concert.
I want to go. I haven't gotten the tickets yet, but I want to go.
Okay.
I'm in 115, row 3. I'll be there.
See, I don't want to have to sell one of my children to go see her, so I could just handle Usher and be happy.
Listen, Usher is expensive too, and Usher doesn't as much accoutrement. You get a shirt from Beyonce, a CD. You got a bunch of different stuff.
But I could get Wet Dreams from Usher.
Good day. I'm going back on mute. Good night.
Go back on me.
Wait a minute.
I told you.
We told you, Marissa.
I'm glad it was you.
Hey.
You told her to be herself. Then, and
Yes, I want y'all to be yourselves. And
We're
she's
gonna-
not the only one thinking that's watching this. So.
we're gonna go down the rabbit hole from here. I promise.
I still love the nail strong that she created. Like I just keep glancing
And the
at it.
fact that she's walking around with it in public.
Yes.
With her authentic Coco handwriting. No one else writes like that.
Her brother.
So, did Jonell's diagnosis that affect any of your relationships? Either good or it doesn't have to be bad. It could be good as well. But did it relationships at all?
I think we've all gotten closer, if anything. We've all gotten closer, and we love each other so much more. Because I love all of them, but like through this, we've all spent so much time together through this process, and on top of it being COVID, it's just, I don't want to say codependent, but
Codependent thing.
I don't go a day without speaking to at least one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because this my folks. Like, I have a sister, but these are my sisters. These my sisters.
Right.
I could go run amok. Tell them I smell children. That's these are my people. Amok.
And I think if I may say, so of course, after my diagnosis, that's when the whole like Nell Strong thing was birthed. And that was just a group, like a community within itself. Yeah, Coco with her Nell Strong. However, I think really digging deep into that word village, like I didn't really know and understand what the meaning of village was until like after my diagnosis, and seeing like they're all very, very true. I'm very prideful. I'm very stubborn at times. And so to actually see people, friends, family alike, just kind of grip me by the neck and say, sit down, like sit down. You don't have to do this. Like, just rest yourself, rest your body. We got this. I think all of that along, it just really just created this bond amongst all of us that it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And clearly they have so many different personalities and personality types in this group to where we just don't have a choice. We just blend. And luckily I have the balance as being like the good one, being the innocent one. So I think it all works.
Look, even I'm giving the side eye, and I don't even know you.
Like I just think it works for all of us.
It's not, but it's not accurate. I thought we were doing accuracy and transparency.
We were telling the truth.
Stop all that lying.
Please.
With the extra H, the truth.
It's the halo. I have the halo above my head.
Stop that line. Be for truth.
But in real life, we were going through not just COVID, not just everyday things, but some of us were really like grieving other parts of our lives too in the midst of this, because we were losing people left and right, like just anything, and we rallied together in a way that I really can't explain. There's not really like a word I could put to it, but we surrounded each other in a sense. Like there's nothing that these women don't know about me. There's nothing that any of us really don't know about each other. I mean, we've been there for each other's kids. We've been there for, for issues with partners, breakups with partners. Like, it's been a transformative time for all of us. In the midst of what our one good friend was, the one person who unites us all was going through, we were able to find each other too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say, coming from the outside, like, I am not from New Orleans. I am not from St. Mary's. I am not a Maryites or whatever. But I will say that, I mean, arms open wide, like, you know, being able to absorb some of the love and that sisterhood from these women who did not have to like me because Jonell likes me, but they did. And not just me, my children, my family. It's an evolution of relationships that stemmed from something so sad.
It was sad.
Sad. But it grew different types. It made relationships stronger. Like, I've known Ashley and Marissa for years, since I've known Jonell. But I'll be the first to say that our relationships were just not that strong, you know, not that. And I mean, I didn't know Buffy at all. You know what I'm saying? So being able to be around them more and having to communicate with them to see, okay, who's taking her to chemo today? All right, I got chemo today. Who has her tomorrow? Who has her this day? Who's doing this? Okay, did anybody cover this? Okay, I'm not going to be there because my kids have this. I have 5 children. I couldn't just stop being mom. So I really had to develop these relationships with these women so that I can trust them to be what I need them to be for my little sister who's going through this, because sometimes I just could not be there.
Yeah.
And that doesn't take away from the fact that they were going to do these things regardless, but that was for me to be able to trust them with her when I couldn't be there.
Yeah.
So it turned into that relationship. It turned into like a bond, a love that I have for them. And, you know, our kids get together and like now they call each other cousins. Like,
right. Yeah.
You can
so
her squad, because all of her kids' names start with K, and my name starts
not
with
all
K.
of them.
It's the K squad. I know not all of them, but you know what I mean. It's the K squad. We're the K squad, and you can't tell them that they don't belong to each other either. You know what I mean? Like, if they come together, you can guarantee that they're all gonna be all kids. Janelle's daughter, my son, and Yamale's sons. That's it. That's all. And we can put them in a place and leave them. They'd be like, so what y'all doing? Y'all go. Because they like to have their time to themselves too, to build and to bond.
Right. Yeah.
So it's become a generation village almost.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't call her cancer diagnosis something that was sad. It may have had some moments, but I would definitely say it was more bonding and strength building and trust.
I was sad. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. Can we edit that?
I will come home.
She said no.
I'm dealing with a breakup and I have to go and confide in this person that I can't stand. I'm coming home crying. Man, he's like, what's wrong with you? I said, you just don't understand. That's my friend.
I mean, I think, God damn it. So, I mean, like, for me, it's just that I had a stronger connection to everyone because I pretty much, I grew up by myself. You know, I stayed to myself. I didn't really entertain too many people. I never in a million years would think that I would have the number of friends that I do now and that they're all close to me. And with this, even though, you know, I was definitely concerned, I wasn't afraid and I wasn't sad about the situation because I just always knew and always believed like she's going to be okay. She's just going to have to go through it. She's going to come out better for it, which she did. And, you know, it's just that this is just something that's going to happen. And I just grew through that with her and connected to everyone else. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Enough, we are all very, 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 very territorial another now. Like, yes. Buffy, our Buffy. You can have her friend where she is, but she's our Buffy. And Yamale, Yamale is just as much my sister. She is my child. can't tell him that she's not. Like, we are territorial over each other in a new and different way. I promise.
But and when you Buffy lives in another state now, and lo and behold,
we don't like it either.
We don't like it. I know Buffy because of Jonell, but Buffy got herself in a car and drove hours to come have brunch for my birthday, just to turn around and go right back home for me. Like, it broke me to see.
We all cried like babies.
I did.
Everybody cried.
You got me. That was a moment.
Everybody.
That was. I don't know if it was just that time. I was emo. It was when I saw Buffy's face walk through the door after coming to the surprise brunch that Jonell put together for me, unbeknownst to me. And I turn around and I see this woman, and I was just like, I was already overjoyed by all the people who were showing up for me, right? And a good amount of them were friends that I've created through I've made through Jonell. But then I turn around and I see this Buffy walk through the door, and I was just like, oh, hell no. Like, it was, I lost my cool. I lost my cool. But it just speaks to the magnitude of these relationships, these bonds that I have with these women now that I didn't know that I would have.
Yeah.
And, I don't think there's any undoing that. And if it had to come from something like Jonell's diagnosis and going through that with her, then fine. God, you sure got a way of showing us some things, but there's a reason for everything,
Yeah. My dad said this past week, he was like, my definite friend is somebody that will come and pick you, take you to where you need to be, tell anybody where they went and got you from. Right. It was like, yes, that is definitely a definition of a friend, because they'll pick you up from wherever and they ain't gonna go run their mouth and tell people where they picked you up and dropped you off from. And I can tell just the relationship that you guys have, it's definitely one of those type of relationships.
I done picked Jonell up from some places and dropped
We do it, but there's no secrets among us, though. That's the funny part. Like, we'll be on the group chat, bruh.
Bro, you about to let him out though? Stop.
No. I wouldn't go say that.
To the grave. Not social media.
We really about to do this and be like, all right, well, that's that.
I got the talks and the duct tape in the car. What's up?
but I would truly say that my diagnosis, though it could have been sad, a little painful, there are still things that I am going through currently, just because of that diagnosis. However, overall, it served and still continues to serve a purpose. Yeah. Whether that was a way for me to find myself better, whether there was a means to creating this phenomenal group of women together just through friendship and sisterhood, I would truly do it all over again to have what I have now. So it serves its purpose.
I think I learned so much from Jonell's diagnosis that I'm not gonna get emotional. That when, for me, a few years later, my sister was diagnosed. She's 2 years older than me, and so now that's a fear of mine. And it was just like, well, who can I call right now in this moment? I know I didn't want to call my aunts. I said, I need you to talk to Jonell. She's gonna give you the words that I can't give you, because I'm like, what do I do? I don't want to cry. I'm like trying to look for those same emotions that we did for Jonell, but I'm like, this is a different person, a different diagnosis. And Jonell was, from the start, from the, there were times my sister's faith was tested, and I'm just like, Jonell, can you call her? I'm like, I don't really know what to do. So I'm like, let the girls know what's going on. Got a lot going on, but hey, y'all need me to come to New Orleans. I'm on the road and I'm coming.
Okay, let me ask you guys a couple more questions before we wrap it up too. So my next question is, if you had to tell the world about your friend, what would you say?
Literally one of the most amazing people you ever meet.
Okay, I just want to go on record that Yamile did cry. One. And two, if I would have to describe Jonell in one, you said describe her in one word? Is that what you said?
No, she had to tell the world.
If I had to tell the world about her, man, one of the most entertaining and strong people strongest person you will ever meet. Because bruh, I mean that's all I got.
I think my biggest thing, and I might be too much, but I think the biggest thing for me is I would want the world to know that there is a selflessness about Jonell that is unrelenting. And when I say that, I say it stems even from when we met. Like, she was in a very stable relationship with the person that she was in. So when she met me, I was just her boo's brother's new girl. But I was alone. We were in Atlanta. I was by myself. And she just, come on, girl. Like I was never alone. Once I met Jonell, I never felt alone in this city again. And I had no family here. And so she would always just extend herself when she had Peyton. I want a baby girl. Come on, girl, you can have some of my baby. That's fine. Like, I'll share your baby. I'll share my baby with you. Like, and I know that sounds foolish. I'm just, making jokes, but she is truly one of these most selfless people. And when she gives of herself, it with the most genuine spirit. There's never a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like to with so much grace and humility. I've watched over these last 20 years that Jonell be at some of her highest points and be the same person she was even at her lowest. And it's a testament to the test. She just is. She does things with class of this that you can't really fake. You can't fake it. You can't be fake gracious. You can't be fake kind. You can't be fake open. She is very much so the friend that no matter where she is or what she's going through, she often puts herself on the side to serve you. And I know throughout this time, I was telling her, it's okay to prioritize you. It's okay to be I have. And she would just like, she needed to do it. She had to do it. She needed to be there for her people. But she does it with a smile, with eyebrows or eyebrow brush. She was like, she had on makeup, she had her earrings on, and she was out the door. And in days where I was gonna get up off the pillow, she would be taking care of other people's children, doing for other people, even in her time. So she has done that with so much humility that I don't.
Okay. So my next question is if you had to choose one word to describe your whole friendship, what one word would you use?
Everlasting.
Damn it, Coco.
Okay, I'm gonna cry now. I'm gonna cry now.
Sister.
Mine is
bonded.
Fool.
Mine is authentic.
Y'all took all the good words. Gee.
And
You
true
got-
Ashley fashion.
The words you
Shut up, Heifer.
My word is organic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, no forcing it on these ends for sure.
It's 100% real. I love you, Yamale, by the way.
Oil and water, ladies and gentlemen. Oil and water.
Okay, so as I'm usually wrapping up this series, there is a sentence that everyone to finish for me. So I'm gonna have each the sentence for me. And so it is: love is.
Love is resilient.
Love is real.
Love is friendship.
Love is patience.
Love is us.
Love is crazy.
That's you.
And my love is crazy for all of you.
Oh, I was
Oh gosh, girl, I'll take that. I mean, God, you got a piece of tip. Okay.
Well, ladies, I appreciate you opening up and being vulnerable and sharing your friendship with me as watching and listening today. Thank you so much for grabbing all friends, making sure that everybody was here on time, even though you weren't. And
Blame my dog.
Judge. That's a judge.
Marissa, you fit in with the shade. Come on with it.
No,
I was on time.
seriously. Get in all your crew here so that way that they can tell our audience it's like to have a friend who's diagnosed with breast cancer and how you guys help navigate that. I would love to have you guys back on again in a couple of months just to see where your friendships, Turks and Caicos, because I'm sure there's a trip going to be planned. And I will be down there in New Orleans, so I'll make sure I'm up so you guys can treat me to a night out on the town. I want to make sure I don't. So let me just put that out there.
Be prepared.
Oh, I don't think. Are you sure you want that?
We have a lawyer. If anything,
Right? Yeah. So I'm not too worried. You got to learn the team. It's good. But yes, Jonell, did you want parting words before we log off for the day?
I would like to thank you, Marissa, and for the rest of us for this experience. I can truly say that this group, we have talked about so much, but I really don't think we've had the chance to really sit and have this discussion. So I am truly just overwhelmed with all of the love, and I will probably get off of here and cry because I now know, what the experiences were for my friends during this particular time. So I am very appreciative of this opportunity because it has truly just warmed my heart in every way. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I think that's one of the beautiful reasons why I wanted to do this series is so that down with their loved ones and some of these conversations and realize, what your friends are through or your friends and family can understand what you were going through. Because like you said, we have some of the conversations, but a lot of times they may just be on the surface level. But then, diving in deep and just having a conversation is fun and you get to know people a little bit more.
Would you like me to come and fix you a Hennessy strawberry margarita?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Jonell? Because I'm
talking to Jonell.
No.
Are you sure? If
I'm
you're going to cry about it, you might as well just have some liquor while you cry about it.
No, ma'am. I'm okay. I'll be all right.
Well, ladies, thank you again for us and for everybody that's watching, listening. Thank you so much for listening and stay tuned for the next episode.